And what about the comparisons to other markets? Both of you operate on a global level and you'll have eyes on different regions. How are different regions reacting to the fallout of lockdown-induced COVID-19 and what are you doing to ameliorate those?
So from Cult Beauty's kind of point of view, we really did, as the pandemic was global, we saw that demand actually increase, not just within the UK, but a lot of kind of the Northern European territories, which is one of the focuses for us at the moment. We have a .com site and they target certain countries. And with those countries going into lockdown as well, they experience very similar issues with buying, in physical stores like our consumers did. So they turned to online and they were searching for their brands. So in that instance, paid search, that's where you can capture a lot of these audiences. So it was a really, really good opportunity for us to expand, and it was a great way to acquire new. However, the only downside I'd say to that is we are obviously not the only retailer that realizes this. It goes without saying, but that means the offline retailers also moving into that paid search space, increasing their budgets, increasing their spends. So what initially would have been, quite a profitable way to acquire new customers now actually means for that certain keywords which do drive a lot of new customers or do drive sales, it becomes a bidding war. And it's a case of who has the deepest pockets. And it gets to a point where we need to consider actually, how much is a new customer worth? We need to decide those metrics and KPIs. What's more important for us? Is it margin, profit, or is it gaining that new customer? And then once you have that new customer as well, there is so much competition. Like to Carrie's point, the discounting is so deep at this moment in time. It's clear that everyone is, is struggling. It's a very challenging time economically, financially. Like we said, we are in another recession right now. So it is a very competitive landscape, and I think it's very easy for the competition to just get almost carried away, but the focus and the most important thing is remain as strategic as possible, spend what you can afford to spend, and just be, and constantly adapt and change your strategy depending on what's going on. Because this week for us was very different to the previous week. Different things happen, different announcements are made, and with each announcement it does impact the run rate in kind of some way or another. With the recession being hit, once they announced officially we were in another recession, I think the moment people hear that, they become more aware of, and rightly so, that their spending, for example, it's so much uncertainty in the air. You probably want to focus on, your home, if people have mortgages, just keeping, making sure their payments are being met. They're probably thinking a bit less about e-commerce, shopping for clothes, shopping for beauty, things that aren't essential.
Carrie, Chike was very honest there about the competitive analysis between online and offline retailers, especially on a global outlook. I suppose that's your cue to explain what you're doing and how you're sort of adapting to a new normal.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it is completely true. So their competition, it's even, more predominant now than what it would have been, 6 months ago. So I think the way that we're doing is really focusing on those USPs, like exclusives, any price advantage, any of those things that we have that competitors might not have. So we're really just focusing on those points that kind of we stay true to ourselves globally to kind of deliver that message to the customer. And to the point about profit or demand, really trying to find that balance. I think we find it very difficult as well, especially right now, because you do want to acquire those customers, but you end up paying so much because the competition is so high. Then you realize, well, this is actually not profitable. So I think the way that we've kind of managed it, we've just tried to find a balance that, is benefiting us as a company, but we actually capturing and kind of incentivizing those customers that would come back. So utilizing a lot of personalization and targeting that would make the revenue these customers are bringing in quite incremental.